Right. So this, suppose there's a number of ways you could tackle 124. The question is asking that between 2008 and 2010, prices increased from 17 to 19, but in this increase, you had some inflation. So it's and that's generally what happens. You have inflation plus um, actual demand, if you like, due to real demand, but you can just have price inflation. Well, I mean, you can have demand driven inflation as well, but this is a more sort of general inflation is the argument here. Mm. So, and we can see a retail price index. So it's sort of saying, look, let's just look at inflation first because there are two reasons why prices increase: general inflation and probably specific inflation due to that product. So, and that helps us really understand the product itself. So what are we saying here? So pure inflation, we went up from £17 and the index is went from 184 to 200. So the inflation was 17 times 200 over 184, right? Because at this point you had £17 at the index of 184. I need what the index is or what the price is at 200. It's almost like ratio analysis. So you're almost saying, okay, if £17 is 184, well then what is the index of 1? And that is divide both sides by 184. And now I know I want what 200 is, so I just simply multiply by 200, right? And that's what I'm doing over here. So you do 17 times 200 divided by 184, and then you get 18.478, if you like, as you're going. Now, 18.478. Now, this is technically what the inflation has caused. The inflation has this is the effect of this inflation. So that's that. So it means that well, if it's 18.478 and the actual price is 19.40, I can now assess the actual real increase, the real percentage increase. So I want to know what the change is from 18.478 to 19.40. I suppose I could have come downwards by sucking out the inflation, bringing the £19.40 all the way down, stripping the inflation out of here. But I don't. It doesn't matter. As long as you separate out inflation, and then you can now look at the remaining increase. And the remaining increase from here to here is literally saying, well, what is 19.40 minus 18.478 divided by 18.478? In effect, is what we're doing. So when you do that, minus 19.40, and that's 0.92 over 18.478 times 100%, you get 4.99%. So that's the increase in purchase costs that are unique to that industry or to that product that had nothing to do with inflation. So the first point was to deal with inflation, get there, and then assess the remaining. Okay.